Yeah, with that said, we'll see how this works out. Is Kammesennin's going into Woodman and WarmCabin going into Quickman?
Kame is just randomizing this to the extent that he doesn't care. If it's not crash, it's fine. So he's taking
Yeah,
everything.
that definitely is a Kame percent Buster only run. As long as it's not crash, I'm good. Let's go.
Yep. It
Warm.
sounds like Kame. And the lasers are too strong. No, no, he's fine. Okay.
Yeah,
Did not.
WarmCabin got bodied by a metal crusher, so we might see a little bit of adversity from. Oh, surprise lobsters!
Oh, Hikrid is rolling right now. Rick rolling so much. Yeah, when you get damaged so much by crushers and stuff, and you don't want to use your E-tank, you're gonna get crabbed. Dude. Just get
Yeah, I
crabbed.
think getting crabbed there maybe only a couple seconds worth of time lost. The death animation and not much else. He restarted back at the beginning of that particular board inside the stage.
Yeah, he was at the checkpoint.
So not the biggest loss, but again, you can look back at it and go, all right, well, I lost, 5 seconds or so here. And, well, we'll see.
Well, definitely more, but that doesn't matter. It's still something to think about. Why are you not? Why you know E-tank? I'm gonna say it like this.
Yeah,
Always
well,
use your
yeah,
E-tank.
you may need that E-tank later on, and it's better to have it and not need it than want it and not have it.
Oh, I can see that strat too. Meanwhile, Kame completed the whole Woodman for the time that WarmCabin completed quick, which is something to think about too. And Kame and Wood fighting against Bubble. Cabin destroys Wood. Oh, he's getting sort of the same AI for Bubble, which is the Hug Bubble. But he was weak to the Buster, so Kame has no issues this time.
Yeah, so Kammesennin getting a little bit delayed with finding item 1 in the Woodman stage. WarmCabin already into Flashman stage. So with WarmCabin taking the two, well, I guess we could say easiest stages out of the lot.
This is not very fun. Crabs and Fen guys and wow, everything. He decides to try the walls. Tries Buster, now decides to try Bubble. I don't think that's a good idea, but fine, it's fine. Whatever
So
floats the boat.
no Buster and no Bubble for the walls. WarmCabin probably wasting a little bit more time than I think maybe he should have here with that.
Meanwhile, Kami properly performing that Buster exclusive good old Buster only zip. It's so old, it's older than me probably as a runner. It does so successfully and continues. Most of the enemies are Buster weak again. And Cabin is taking this wild Bubble approach while shooting everything with Bubble, which is interesting to see. Bubble is one of those weapons that I usually kind of stray away from.
Oh, we might be establishing some new meta strats here for WarmCabin, but unfortunately, Kammesennin already at the end of the Bubble Man and going to find Flashman, while WarmCabin gets. Is that Lightbulb Man? That's Metal Man cosplaying as
strong man. He seems to be strong. I don't know if WarmCabin though wanted to use that E-tank. He had enough health. He goes through and Kammesennin successfully finding that Flashman, which is not so dangerous underwater. And this song here, oh man. Kame choosing quick. That means he's gonna get that E-tank and 1-up. And WarmCabin goes to Bubble, which Kame was before that.
Yeah, WarmCabin's not going to like the tin cans, but seeing that they get destroyed in one shot, not going to be as problematic as they were in the first seed.
And Kami also has this health problem. Let's see how he deals with it. It's
Well, I
annoying
think he can survive a surprise lobster, and
the luck is
yeah,
real.
Kammesennin getting a lot of the luck his way, getting those large energy drops when WarmCabin probably could have used a couple himself, but just happens to go your way sometimes, and for Kammesennin, everything seems to be leaning toward him today.
WarmCabin struggling a bit with that zip, but still gets it. Still a time save. It doesn't matter how much pulse buffer swell, it matters, but you have to really be slow to not save time there. Still a really good job, and Kami closing out the end of Quickman stage.
Yeah, WarmCabin still has a ways to go. Well, not too much, but into the third boss door, a little bit behind Kammesennin. So this is not looking good for WarmCabin at this point. We'll see how well Kammesennin can deal with Woodman.
He's not gonna take it this time. Plays it like a boss. He just takes the boost and knows, well, I'm gonna kick your ass now, and takes Woodman out.
Yeah, I was maybe or maybe not rooting for Airman to just, or excuse me, Woodman to just flying tackle Kammesennin the same way he did WarmCabin in their fight.
Yeah, Airman, Woodman, and Crash. Sometimes, oof. Before I sit here, these are the robot masters that are really hard to deal with because they're so randomized. Meanwhile, Kami died to this Shotman. I believe they're called Shotman. You kind of have to do a really specific jump there to survive. It's really hard. Whatever you do, it's really hard.
Well, it looks like we're going to see a pause buffer, so Kammesennin going to make it through. Adapted to the obstacle thrown in front of him and chose the pause buffer as the way to get through it.
Yeah. Sounds smart. Sounds like something that Kami would do. WarmCabin had to deal with a couple of jewels at the start of Metal Man. Some armored, some unarmored jewels. He still doesn't have any items. I guess he's here for the E-tanks. He grabbed the one at the start of the stage. I don't know if these chickens are gonna allow him to grab the other one though. Oh, this supercharged heat though. Just a nut. Wow.
Oh no.
Well, chickens. It's kind of a thing. I never even expected that someone could die if a cock slapped his face, but I've seen everything now. If you get slapped by a cock in the face, you can die. It's a thing. Yeah, that's fine. These are the atomic chickens. He wants that E-tank. He really wants it.
Well, he's going for it, so it might end up costing him another death, though. We'll see if he can actually pull the pause buffer or not.
I don't think this is gonna work out.
Oh, he might be able to damage backward. I see what he's trying. No, he's gonna run out of room. Unfortunate.
No. That's where the pause buffering is really hard.
Well, that was a noble effort from WarmCabin, but unfortunately, still going to take the death that you predicted from the robot chickens here. So that, unfortunately, is going to put WarmCabin a little further behind, as Kammesennin's making his way through one of the longest stages in the game. And WarmCabin finds his way through.
This is a really bad thing. This is a bug in the game.
Oh,
Kami
no.
just zipped in this stage. He's not soft locked. He probably doesn't know what to do though. You can usually zip here in the normal game, but you cannot continue because the stage layout is bad. This is not a soft lock level. You can die here, but you need to know how and where.
Oh no!
The PPs can zip you, and you can get into this awkward situation that invisible walls can occur. These PPs do these things from time to time. If you have these lightning wards,
that is a massive time loss for Kammesennin as well. So he's gonna have to go through this all over again.
See, if the PP despawns this lightning ward, sometimes the strange things can occur, and it happened. I think it won't happen now. No, it's fine. But nevertheless, game kind of said no to Kame for some reason.
Yeah, Kame getting a little trolled here by the PPs showing up where they really shouldn't.
And Kame completed. Kame completed that stage. Now, gonna have to do wood without items.
Oh no!
He still doesn't have any items. It's fine.
The
it's fine.
Spanish Inquisition here for Kammesennin.
Kevin doesn't know, but the item one he wants so badly is here in Woodman. And Kames have to do the the booster only staple of doing these blocks without items, which is a thing that every person that plays booster only should know. There's kind of no other way.
WarmCabin getting a little ahead of himself there before taking down that Metal Crusher. But this just seems to be part of that unfortunate luck that WarmCabin has been having compared to Kammesennin, aside from that, not so much soft lock, but that zip lock that Kammesennin had that he had to find his way out of. WarmCabin just doesn't seem to get any of the energy drops, and that's going to cost him an energy tank here in this Bubble Man fight.
Yep, he's playing aggressively. I like how he's playing, but taking too much risks is never a good thing. It's good, but sometimes it doesn't work out in the randomizer. Well, he completed his, I guess, 5th stage. This is 5th, right? Yep. And Kami is on his flash stage right now. Or? Yeah, there's something wrong with the tracker. Wherever. I guess they both have the same amount of stages. Yeah, there's something wrong with the tracker. For sure.
Alright, so WarmCabin, let's see.
Pause buffer.
Coming, using the pause buffer. So, gonna gain a little bit of time in the Airman stage here, as opposed to Kammesennin, who did take that one death.
Yeah, really well played there. Anticipated those shotmans. Oh, he's trying to do a cast zip, which you need to create lag and scroll the screen. This is just swag, to be honest. If you fail, it's certainly a time loss. Meanwhile, hello, White Bolt Man. He's not so weak to the booster, but Kami has his number. Yeah, it's surely a good fight. Oh, Kami has 2 stages left. Okay. He has Metal, and I guess his last is Crash. That means he's pretty much a stage ahead. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or? No. He can't be a stage ahead.
Well, WarmCabin's gonna finish the Airman stage. Kammesennin has this Metal Man stage and Crashman, where WarmCabin's gonna start into Heatman and have Crashman stage as well. So they are
half stage.
On their respective 7th stages. However, WarmCabin is probably going to be at a slight disadvantage here, as Kammesennin should be able to navigate this section with relative ease compared to how WarmCabin struggled.
He's not gonna go for the E-Tank down there, and he's gonna toss buffer here. Yep.
But the only thing he might... Yeah. What I was going to say is Kammesennin might end up getting knocked into that pit by the robot chicken, but that didn't seem to happen. So WarmCabin has most, if not all, of this Heatman stage.
Not to say that he's wasting his time with this exclusive randomizer zip, which is extremely hard when there are PPs. I understand why he does it, though. Everybody wants the time save.
This is just...
yeah, he's...
the likelihood of going, okay, I'm behind, I've got to try something to get back into the game, as it were, as Kammesennin's into his final stage before the Wily boss fights. Excuse me, the Wily boss stages. Whereas WarmCabin... Ah, there we go. Got it that time.
Yeah, it's fine though. He's a bit behind. It doesn't matter if he does the crash zip. He will recover a lot of time. Meanwhile, this is what I was talking about. These rabbits on Kami screen, they are the bane of his existence. He will now have to use flash a couple of times, kill them, climb. It's gonna be a slow process that's gonna take a lot of time.
WarmCabin got Fanish Inquisition.
Yep. These things will happen. And they're bound to happen. It's a really bad spot for the fans too.
Yeah, I think he was not expecting the fan to show up there. And unfortunately for him, that's exactly what happened. And he was not quick enough with the pause buffering to undo the fans knocking him nuts. Oh, he's going into a pit again.
Yeah, this fan guy is just saying no. And a game over, well, this is really costly now. Now, this is bad.
Well, not so much, because WarmCabin used a lot of his item 1 previously in the stage. So maybe he'll be able to use it there, but will the fans stop him from trying to zip?
He's gonna still try to zip with the PP on bound. This is...
Oh, this is just...
Yeah, this is just being stubborn. It's called... That's a Mega Man runner in a nutshell.
Oh, stubborn or desperate. Insert adjective here, but unfortunately for WarmCabin, it looks like he's just not getting the placement of that item 1 correct.
Luckily he stops in time because you will probably need some of that ammo for the second zip if he even attempts it. Because these, I'm not sure he wants to deal with these fanboys again. Meanwhile, Kami getting the safety hilt and doing this perfect shot, and the PP taking the life of WarmCabin again. This stage is not his. I'm just gonna have to put it that way. It's not his stage. And he's gonna take an intentional game over and go to Crash, I believe. Yep.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So, Heatman getting the better of WarmCabin with his tournament life on the line, as well as Mega Kyle's. Down a game to Kammesennin. With Kammesennin likely winning with
2010, I guess, Wileys
a
and
little bit slower into the Wily stages this time around. About 20 seconds for Kammesennin, but it's going to be even more so for WarmCabin.
yeah, this seed was definitely nastier than the first one. I'm just gonna say it like it is. This seed wasn't a good speed seed. Anyway, it's that time for our favorite game. Guess the color of the dragon, and if you wish so, for the bonus points, guess the weakness as well.
Alright, so I'm going to change things up a little bit. It was a green dragon, I called pink, so I'm going to go orange this time around. But let's go air shooter instead of bubble lead. I want to see Kammesennin get challenged a little bit.
Okay. I chose red last time. Let's go purple. Purple, hell, purple. Purple and definitely wood. I want it to be hard. Yeah, I want their brains to start working in the right direction. It's like adapting. Start adapting. And Cabin is doing, let me see, better work in Crash than in Heat. He's getting this climb pretty fast. Though he doesn't have item 3, he's still cleaning up things and climbing relatively fast.
And I guess unfortunately for him, item 3 was in Heatman. Looks like our moment of truth here is the dragon's about to show up on Kammesennin's side of things.
Well, this is some dark blue with some greenish.
So it looks like it's going to come down to the weakness here. Oh, nope. Buster plonking off. Fire. No. Air shooter. Oh no! Kammesennin taking a death.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Well,
that's going to cost him about a minute, but WarmCabin is significantly enough behind that that minute is not going to be enough to let him really catch up to the point that he would draw equal with Kammesennin.
Whoever played Mega Man knows that because of lag, the balance on those blocks where the dragon is really a thing you need to get used to. Kinda. Not in vanilla, but here you gotta get used to it because you're digging for weapons. That's the main problem, and Kami didn't find anything. He tried heat and air and died, I guess.
Well, I don't think the air shooter actually connected, so he will not know if the air shooter is the proper weakness or not. So we'll see if he skips over air and tries something else.
Still trying air. Maybe it's air. Nope, it's not. I guessed wood! Nice. Well, it's a reversed wood shield, means you need to shoot left, you need to turn right, which is tricky.
Oh, and you're always vulnerable when you're on that right side. If you get hit from there, that's it, you're donezo.
Nice dodges. A very good second take on the dragon. Meanwhile, WarmCabin's still on that bane of his existence, I guess, Heat. He's gonna try the zip.
Looks like he's at least gotten somewhere. Oh no, he's over a little too far, so it looks like gonna have to try the zip again.
Just not sitting it upright. It's the thing. If you don't sit it upright, it's not gonna work. It's hard to explain why. But... yeah, now it's done.
Oh, looks like he got it that time.
Let's go. Using item 2 now? I expect. So, meanwhile, Kami skips these So we don't know the weakness of the wall still, right? Unless
No, we
Kevin's...
do not. WarmCabin only showed us that it was the bubble lead also ineffective against the crash walls.
Yeah. Okay, well, a little bit of chickens here and there, and some cocks, and again going to the Pico fight, which can be this, I guess, a hard fight in the Rando, because you still need to search for weapons and go out of position. It
Yeah,
can be.
being something other than the Buster, which
Ooh, that's a strong weakness. And it's one-on-one ammo cost. No, heat is cheaper than the boss's HP. So he's gonna complete this and still have some heat to boot.
Yeah, so the Dragon Death aside, I think WarmCabin's about 5.5 minutes behind going into Wily 1, so this is not looking good for him this time around, as Kammesennin polishes off the Picochan blocks.
Yeah, you're right, Rico. Couldn't have said it better. He's gonna have to deal with this Dragon too. That's the worst part. But hey, they're different runners, they adapt differently, they think differently. Maybe it's easier for him. You never know.
Oh, I think Kammesennin just sort of made a... oh, the moles! Oh,
yeah,
no.
they're blending with the background, and you just don't
I didn't
know.
even see them until I'm like, what the heck hit Kammesennin that first time around? And then I finally focused a little bit, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
they're doing a real good job of hiding back there in the background. You can just barely see them. So it looks like we're going to see some damage boosting across these jumps.
Yeah, they're a surprise thing. Like, you die to them once, they surprise you, you die to them once, and it's over. You can go after, but the first, you don't expect anything to be there, like flying there. So...
yeah, I usually don't see anything in that particular area, aside from maybe a PP every rare while, but it's usually a pretty free zone of the game to go through.
Yeah, like I said, you can take a breather in this stage. There's nothing happening, literally. Sometimes the game just decides to be a randomizer.
Yeah, that was a pretty rough one too, but we'll see what WarmCabin has in mind. He's going straight for the charged heat as the air shooter just absolutely demolishes the Guts Dozer.
And that was a really strong weakness. Seems like the air shooters are sort of stacked. You can hit the boss multiple times with one shot, which demolished the Guts Dozer. He's gonna fill some of his ammo. He's getting low on some stuff, so that's pretty typical. But being Buster only, he's still gonna have to deal with the stage Buster only. On WarmCabin, no. Well, he didn't find. He didn't shoot the dragon with wood, so he still doesn't know.
Well, right now he knows the Buster is no good. I believe he hit it with the air shooter as well. So we'll see if he skips over the leaf shield. I don't know if that last shot he fired before he went into the pit registered as a hit or not, but we'll see. Hopefully it did, so that way he just goes right back to the leaf shooter for the dragon.
Oh, incoming, what do we have here? Flyboys. Okay, Flyboys on these screens is not so bad. I'm saying not so bad if you have items. Kami doesn't have any items. This sector screen can be really problematic. Oh dear. I can only imagine what will happen here if they spawn. Yep, this is gonna be problems. This is gonna be problems. Oh, okay, Kami. Oh, nice. Let's go. So careful. I like it. I almost like it. It's so careful that I like it. Very well executed. I don't think I can do this, to be honest. It was really well done. And WarmCabin destroys the annoying dragon. I'm gonna say annoying because he was really annoying. That weakness was terrible. I should not.
Oh yeah, Kamesennen's just getting just ground to death by these moles. Having to use an E-tank in that hull just to keep himself alive. We'll see if he's able to...
Ooh, this is a really strong air. Oh, and
yeah,
a booster.
not only was it great against... Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is another Kami-like seed. This is... I'm pretty sure he's smiling right now. I'm positive he's smiling right now. This was really easy for Buster only. It's like the dream here. Like one strong air destroyed all the walls and Buster weak booby. It's the dream. And Kami is going to his refights as usual, as WarmCabin is going to have to take on this fight. I'm gonna have to mash these cocks down. He's gonna have to... No. When you have an item on screen, you can't pause to take that E-tank. So what happens is, you're gonna have to die or be really fast or use a weapon for that matter. So these cocks are one shot from the heat, so yeah, that's a good second guess. It's sad to see that you need to take a death before adapting. That's the sad thing for me.
Yeah, unfortunately, WarmCabin just getting done in by that Heatman stage. Kammesennin already halfway through his refights. And still an E-tank left for Kammesennin, so I think it's fairly safe to say set it pretty at this point for Kammesennin, although I don't know if he's aware of how much of a lead he truly has.
Yeah, he truly needs to do something exquisite here to lose, let's say.
Oh, WarmCabin.
WarmCabin, I don't understand why you have 3 tanks and you don't use them. Always use your E-tanks. Guys, the most important
tip. I think he
tip.
found that he did not have the proper weapon and just said, eh.
Eh? You don't say eh, you just use your E-tank, try harder.
And now WarmCabin... Oh, he's got item 1 to get up there, okay. I was gonna say, he was gonna end up having to,
And a Kami machine here? Nice.
Oh, I quit. Kammesennin gets all the luck. Oh, wow.
He's really happy right now. Really happy.
So, WarmCabin, unfortunately, looks like RNG is just going to do him in here. But finding... I believe this is the charged heat for WarmCabin against the Picotan blocks. As Kammesennin straight into Victory Road, headed to the right. Not going to pit stop for any weapon energy.
He really need to sneak defeat from the jaws of victory here.
Yeah, very much so. Kammesennin into the final fight as WarmCabin, I believe, is into Wily 3.
Yep, it's the drills. and it's not a Buster Alien. Okay, not asking for too much.
Oh.
It's not here. It's nothing. and before the alien is immune and Kami loses the race. Oh, it's quick.
Oh, quick boomerang. Gonna do up the alien here. So Kami just gonna use that E-Tank just to make super sure.
GG, Kammesennin with official SRL of 30, SRL time of 35:07.
Yeah, so let's get some GGs in the chat for both of our runners. Kammesennin for winning this match 2-0, and WarmCabin for making a very respectable showing and pushing Kammesennin as hard as he could, but today, unfortunately, the item drops just did not seem to go in his favor. And that'll be it for WarmCabin in this tournament, as I believe we are now joined by our winner, Kammesennin.
Hey, Kami, how is it going?
Hey, it's going.
Did you like the first seed? You wanted a Booster Dragon, okay? I gave you the Booster. Okay, I didn't. Dagged's bot did give you the Booster Dragon. Are you happy?
I'm very happy because it's been a long time since I've seen the Buster Dragon, and I mean, if it's not Buster, I'm dead. Just like you saw in the second seed. I just die.
Oh no.
Well, WarmCabin died too. It's fine. It's fine when somebody else died, but when you're alone, it kind of feels bad. Oh, damn. How do you feel about both your seeds?
Not too bad, honestly.
34 and 35? Come on. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, that's not bad at all for Buster. That's not bad at all. I mean, my PB is only what 33 something. So I mean, no, I thought they were pretty good. There were a couple of little mistakes, you know, like in one in air stage, I jumped and there was a shotman there waiting for me, and I should have known. I just went for it and should have paused buffered there, but it's okay. Second time through, got through, no problem. There was a couple of little things like that. And how about that heat on this seed?
Yeah, he was truly something. The PPs did throw you out, and when they despawn the clouds, they create an invisible platform on which you can zip. And I didn't know, I was worried for a second because you gotta find this way to kill yourself, but you did find your way. I congratulate you on that. But yeah, it's a thing that Randomizer do. That's why Airman is changed. How do you feel about that, though? It's not a thing in your power. It's a thing that the Randomizer did.
It was kind of cool when it happened, because I mean, myself and the people in my chat had no idea what was going on. I mean, I had an idea. I didn't fully get it, though. I'm just like, okay, random invisible platform zips me around. I've seen this before. Okay, I'm on the next screen. I know what it looks like. What happens if I get down the ladder? I'm dead. Okay, all right. Well, good try.
Yeah, you can do zip there in vanilla because the stage layout, it doesn't bring you anywhere and you die. So it's just a matter of time for you to find a way to kill yourself. Sounds really bad, but yeah.
Well, now that I know that, next time it happens, hopefully I'll get out of it a little bit faster. I was legitimately just trying to progress anyway.
I think your Wileys were really good. I was really amazed how you handled both Wily 4s. I know for Buster in this game in particular, Buster, Wily 4 elevators can be horrible. What do you think about both of them? They were both kind of tricky for Buster.
They were, and I'll be honest, I was kind of glad that they were, because they were the two tricky ones that I've practiced the most for.
Nice.
When I say practice, I use the term loosely. You know, it's just what I've encountered the most, I should say, in the randomizer. But yeah, them Chanky makers in the first seed, I've got a thing down where I just walk down the ladder, buster that first one, and climb up immediately. You got to get that climb up, or he's going to hit you. And if he does, it's still okay, because you just got to know how much longer your iframes are going to be, so you can jump up and hit the next guy instead of getting hit by the spikes.
WarmCabin just got himself soft blocked.
Comment, do you remember how Metalo soft locked?
Dip through the moles.
Do you remember how Metalo soft locked in Wily 4 at the end of the tournament last year? It's the same thing. Oh, he has flash stopper. He has flash stopper. It's okay. Almost get trolled by a fat fan. If you know when you're zipping coming and the fat fans are stopping, that's how we soft block.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. He found his way. He's gonna continue. Yeah. And the seeds were kind of, I'm not gonna say easy on you, but definitely got you like a really good buster bosses like Pico. Pico was really good, like not Pico. Dragon was really good. One of the Bull Beam fights were really good for you. Air destroyed everything, and you just have to buster the Bull Beams. It was really nice to see how fast it can be handled with buster only.
Yeah, it's rare. It's rare we get such a nice seed for it. So yeah, it was definitely a nice change of pace here tonight. Getting these decent seeds here. There were some trolls, but made do just fine for the most part. Yeah, I gotta say I got no real complaints for tonight's seeds.
I'm so happy to hear that. Like, if you don't know, guys, Kami is one of the regulars. Well, somewhat, we're both one of the regulars on the weekly races. And Kami never gets good seeds. Never. Ever, ever, ever. Or if there is a good seeds, Kami is not there.
Yeah, if I'm
That's
not
what-
playing, it's a good seed. I can guarantee you. Every time.
Yeah.
It's 9 times out of 10. Maybe not every, almost every.
And we always say, where is Kami? Where is Kami? And he's not there to see the amazing booster-only seed that we have encountered.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know, every portion of my life is governed by RNG, and we all know RNG hates me, so, you know, it's no surprise.
Yeah.
Well, it
Well,
looks like WarmCabin into the refights. Looks like one or two of the bosses down at this point. So, gonna make a run of it for WarmCabin. I guess the last
That's-
seed of the tournament, he's gonna see this through.
Yeah, it's a good like self-esteem. I can say like confidence thing. Just finish it. Be the man that finishes. Don't give up. It's your last seed anyway.
Talking about that heat stage, WarmCabin had a lot more trouble with it, even though you're the one that got trolled harder by far with that zip. Oh no!
Yeah,
WarmCabin.
WarmCabin didn't get the zip, the troll zip that the PPs do for you, Kami. But he did mess up a lot of his item 1 setups, which was even, to be honest, worse than killing yourself once. How you did.
See what happens
So-
when you go using them items out of that developer menu, you
Oh,
cheaters? No, I'm
no.
kidding.
Don't give me that. No. Don't give me that rough language, Kami. Behave.
Yeah, those
from-
console menu hacks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
developer
exactly.
menu.
It's not legit just because it's built into the game that you can type give all. Gaw.
Give all items. Easy. Oh dear. So what I'm taking is that you're satisfied for the day.
Yes, I definitely am satisfied tonight with the performance, the seeds, everything. My power actually not going out. Everything's pretty good. It's confirmed not Monday today.
Nice. No electricity problems too. I was kind of concerned. What if his electricity stops right now? What are we gonna do? Just like
Oh.
postpone the whole thing?
Probably
WarmCabin
will,
going nuts with the charged heat here. Foregoing just there he goes, switching over to the Buster.
Fine.
Gonna use one of his last D-tanks here.
Little
has one
low
more
on
left.
ammo. What was the alien weakness again? The
Uh,
last
quickly,
coming. Quick boomerang. Okay, he's fine.
Yeah, that. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, me too. And I've seen it like 5 minutes ago.
All right, so let's look a little forward here, Kammesennin. You've qualified for the brackets. So who do you want to go against? Who do you really not want to go against? Talk to me here. Help me out a little bit.
I want to go against Stuff and Things.
Nice.
I kind of want to go against Squidman, even though I probably shouldn't. I don't want to go against Creed. I don't want to end up against Metalo again. I'm sure one of those is going to happen. But like those are the first two that really come to mind that I don't want to go against them. I just don't.
Nice. Well, I'm sure if you stick long enough, you're gonna have to go through some of them. You know.
Oh, I know.
It's a thing that's just gonna happen.
Yep, it happens. It happened last year. I'm sure it'll happen this year, unless somebody knocks me out early, which could definitely happen.
WarmCabin is going for some test zips at YD6. It's a test thing that the test does to do the zip faster, but once again, I'm saying you can do tests, you can be a very good test maker, but if you can't execute it in RTA real time, it's just gonna destroy you. Like, zips are not a thing if you can't do them right. I would much rather do booster only with Comet and do a zip that's absurdly hard.
Well, here we go. It's the item dance for WarmCabin. Nope, charge heat is a negative. Next up, air shooter. That is a negative. Leaf shield. Plonk.
Not bubble, to my knowledge. No?
No. It's definitely the quick boomerang, and I believe the alien only has one inherent weakness.
Yeah. Unless it's Buster. I think if it's Buster, you have one more. Maybe someone will correct me. GG's to WarmCabin with 5851. No? 4650.
Right.
4650 PB, improving his personal best with 12 minutes.
Yeah, you were reading off his previous personal best, which was 5851.
GG's to WarmCabin, though. All the things that happened on his races, I'm really happy that he finished. The effort is worth it, actually. Even if you lose, it's worth the effort to finish. Trust me. Sometimes you just
get
need
the experience going forward that you can apply to future tournaments, maybe the weekly races if he goes through with those going forward. You get the experience, you start to learn, okay, these are things I can do. I mean, I saw a couple good plays by WarmCabin where he did pause buffer the first time around with the airman stage. Seeing the shotman, he just instinctually went right for that pause buffer to make sure he didn't get dumped into the pit. But unfortunately, Heatman in this second game was WarmCabin's undoing.
Definitely. Heatman was probably the hardest stage for him. I'm pretty sure if he's gonna come to an interview, I'm not sure if he's gonna come. But if he comes to an interview, he's gonna say, Heatman second seed, awful.com. Wherever the case is, GG's to both of you guys. I had fun watching. I really compared a lot of the things, because Cabin was playing any percent, like everything, zips, weapons, and Kami was playing Buster only, and I was kind of rambling, complaining things. But at the end, it's just your general skill that makes the difference.
Well, thanks, man.
Well, Kammesennin, good luck going forward. Hopefully, the Buster will bless you with a couple more Wily bosses' weaknesses.
That's the dream right there. the more Buster vulnerable Wily bosses, the more solid the run is pretty much guaranteed to be for me.
So, everybody has expectations. Because WarmCabin is still not here, I don't know if he's gonna come. Because he's not here, I'm gonna ask you why. I had expectations. Oh, he's here. I had expectations last year when I said top 8 for me is fine. What's yours?
I don't really set very
Hello?
high expectations. Hey there.
Oh, that sounds like a warm cabin to me.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hello, yep,
indeed.
that's me.
The reason I don't set them very high though is like you said, most of the people in here are running any %, and I'm running Buster only, so it's like
You gotta believe, dude.
I do have to believe, but at the same time, like execution has to be on point, and RNG has to be at least a little bit in my favor.
Yeah.
Or it's not going to happen against most of the racers, probably. So I mean, honestly, the fact that I'm getting into the actual bracket, that's pretty cool. If I can do 2 more matches before I get knocked out, then honestly, I'm happy.
Nice. Thanks for the insight. I know what you mean. I'm joking around, but I perfectly understand what you mean.
I know you're joking.
Yeah. So, WarmCabin.
Yes.
How was your race?
That
do you
atomic-
feel?
Does somebody want to tell me how to zip into the alien fight? Because I zipped into above the alien fight, and then I died.
This is first off, you did a test setup. That's not really good in RTA. Second, you go above the screen, and off the screen you cannot wiggle. And when you jump into the alien fight, you're below the screen and you die instantly. So GG. If that makes any sense, yeah. If that makes any sense, normal setup is fine. Anyway, how do you feel about your race, though?
I think the first one went really well. Probably the best I've done so far in this tourney. The second one was a little bit meaner to me, but the atomic fire was so good. It was like vanilla Metal Blade levels of power, and it just charges instantly and is huge.
Well, I was thinking about more of an insight. Can you give us what your thoughts are on Seed 1, Seed 2? Something that triggers you, something that you like? I
always
the heat weapon, but something more than that. Like
I always struggle to remember some of the details. My apologies. It was in the second one, I think, where heat really triggered me. When I get the fan fiends in heat, I just lose. I just lose instantly. I should just forfeit as soon as I see those guys, because they just ruined my day.
Told you, Frico. Told you the first thing he's gonna say.
Yeah.
Because if you recall, the last time I encountered that enemy in that stage, I lost by like a half hour to Metalo.
Yeah. Heat is... I was really curious because Kami did heat first on the first... I was, well, this can go really bad. It was fine. Kami did it just like a boss. And then the second seed, you did heat very late. And it really looked horrible. Because he was full of fat fans, the zips weren't going right, everything was the opposite direction.
Did he die?
What?
Did he die in the second seed heat?
They die, but they're still fat fans and they will still cause trouble.
I died to a weird zip that took me to the following screen. Like, a bird enemy just kind of spawned an invisible platform and zipped me into the next screen, and things were broken and I had to die.
He did that to me, except he just caught me off guard and I died.
Yeah, things will happen in this randomizer and will continue to happen, trust me. So,
Cam, I have a question for you, Cam. In Crashman stage, second seed, there were, I think, rabbits that would ambush you, and you couldn't just climb up. So how do you do that with the Buster?
Well, when I run into that, and I only had to do this for the first screen of those 3, but I used Flash for a second just to get up the ladder, and then I switched back to Buster. If it's literally impossible, and it can be done with Flash, I'll use Flash because it doesn't hurt anything on the screen. So it's a little more true blue than if I were to switch to, say, like metal or wood or something, which those are second choice if Flash is for some reason not available, but I always save Crash for last to try to help ensure that it is.
That's why I like Kami.
That's
so
smart.
pure. So pure in his Buster.
For the second and third screens on that series of screens, what I do is I actually jump from the platform straight up the ladder to get that little extra bit of height, and it gives me just enough time to squeak up to the top of the ladder and not get hit too early.
Okay, that's for almost any enemy that you might see there.
Shrimps, rabbits, I don't think anything else really matters.
Lightning ward can be a problem. Heat guys can be a problem, I guess.
Nah, they don't stop you from getting up the ladder usually.
Yeah, they take a while to shoot their first shot. Okay, so somebody said... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask you what, because this is your last match. Anyway, you finished it, and congratulate you on that. But
Thank you.
what do you take from this tournament? What do you take as from the randomizer and from this tournament in general?
That's a good question. I take that maybe I'm not quite as good as Mega Man as I thought I was before. I think it's really fun. I had a lot of fun. I feel like I made friends with almost everyone I competed against. And I feel like I know a little bit more about the game, even. Like, for instance, if you didn't know, I tend to task, like, one stage after each race, because that's just the way I am. And I discovered a new trick for shooting leaf shields that actually ended up saving time in the any % tasks, which was submitted a couple days ago. So I guess if nothing else, I get tasking fodder from this. It's a ton of fun. Even when I get screwed by the stages, I actually think it's kind of fun to try and like overcome that.
Yeah, the adaptation factor, right? Try to think of something that works. And most of the time, nothing will work. You want to speedrun, and it's not going to give you the satisfaction. You're just not going to speedrun this. The game is just saying, no, you're not going to do this zip. Oh, no, you're not going to go through this fast. I'm saying no. Yeah. Game is just relentless.
Yeah, it's truly. There at one point there was I was trying to shoot a bat, and I stood there for like 5 seconds shooting at it, and it didn't wake up. So then I gave up, and then it woke up as soon as I started walking.
Yeah, sounds like that on the oh. Well, considering both of you were really happy right now, I guess both of you are happy. What do you think? You know you're going out, but what do you think going out? Do you recommend the randomizer for someone? Do you think the randomizer still needs more work? Or what's the positives?
Okay, so as for the negatives, I would say that I guess this isn't a negative. The get equipped screen sometimes poops its pants a little. Like sometimes there's no text, and sometimes there. I mean that doesn't affect the gameplay.
Oh, that's the new version. Yeah, yeah. The fixed. This error will be fixed in the future. Yeah.
I think the thing is, like, with randomizing NES games, there's always, like, hard-coded weirdness, and some of the glitchiness can't be avoided. I think, the biggest frustration for me is trying to, is in the menu, how like, the letters are scrambled, so it's, like, Vuster and Atomic Fire, you know. That always confuses me in like, a way that I don't consider fun. My recommendation would be to, like, turn that flag off. But other than that, I think like roguelike Mega Man 2 is a lot of fun. I would recommend it to people.
Roguelike Mega Man 2, I like it. I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna take this from you. Roguelike Mega Man 2 was great. Thanks to both of you. Furico, do you have any nitpicks? Do you want to pick their brains a bit? Because you know,
I think the only real thing that I want to say to WarmCabin isn't so much a nitpick, but more. That group you were in was... ouch. You have the winner, third place, and Kammesennin, who also made the final bracket as well from the previous tournament. So you had a really rough group to go through to try to qualify. So I would definitely say... don't get yourself discouraged because you happen to be, you know, that unfortunate fourth member in the group of death this time around.
Oh yeah, Metallo's the world champion for Buster Only Normal, isn't he?
Yeah, he is for normal difficulty. Yeah, he is for normal difficulty. He finished
Normal difficult.
for normal, yeah, not for Japanese. For normal, he did the record and he improved it a couple of times. He finished the tournament second last year, Mega Cow third. Kammesennin was in a really high spot, so their group is hard. Trust me.
I got a lot of respect for all my opponents.
I don't want to be in your spot, to be honest. Oh, hard guys. Wow. But would be happy to raise them again.
Yeah, I would. Maybe someday. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll learn how to actually zip and beat Kame.
Don't do it. It's a trick.
Kami, they want to
It's
beat
illegal.
you. They want to beat you with cheats, man. How do you feel? Wow. Okay,
Glitching
thanks.
and hack.
Thanks to both of you for running. And I wanted to take my time and thank everybody that organized this. To Frico for being my co-commentator, for XR Tech tracking, and for the viewers. I hope you liked the race. It was something out of the box, like Buster versus any, and whatever. And guys, if you want to shout out to anyone, now is the time.
I just want to thank Charlie Boy, of course, for putting together the whole tournament. Last year's was a lot of fun. I'm glad to see it returning this year. It's been a lot of fun so far. Shout outs to SpeedGaming for taking care of the restream side of things so we can have this nice presentation for everybody. Shout outs to Prodigy and Frico for handling the commentary. XR Tech for handling the tracking. WarmCabin for being my awesome opponent and for finishing his match here. The race there. I know a lot of things went wrong, and it's always awesome to see somebody not forfeiting. Because I know how it feels, and I forfeit a lot too.
Yeah, it's like I already lost, you know? Like I'm gonna just win. I'm gonna not win, but later.
With style.
Yeah, take the moral victory. Definitely worthwhile. But at this point, I think we'll try to give Prodigy a little bit of a break, as he'll be back with a different co-commentator later on. As I believe it's LV Creed and is it
Mega
Vin? Yes.
Yeah. Which are gonna be doing zipless in about half an hour from now. So a lot of Mega Man action, and we're almost at the end of the group stage of the tournament. I think there are only
there's one
match
more
left?
match.
One match left?
Hey guys,
Actually,
Tech here. The Megabin versus LB Creek game has been postponed for now due to some unforeseen circumstances. So that one will be rescheduled shortly, or rescheduled soon to a later date.
That's unfortunate. Looks like you got a bit of a reprieve there, Prodigy.
Well, whatever happens, happens. If it's an emergency, when you gotta go, you gotta go. So we're not gonna have the match now, but make sure you stay tuned. It's gonna be in the future. We have 2 more matches left, and the group stages are over, and we're gonna go to the double elimination final round, where whoever survives, and that's it.
Yeah, it'll be best 2 out of 3. Winner advances. Loser heads to the loser side of the bracket. And if you're in the loser side of the bracket and you'll take another L, unfortunately, that will be the end of the
Indeed. And I guess it's time to wrap this up, guys. So thanks for being here, and thanks for watching, people. Prodigy and Prodigy and Frico, we are out, and I guess stay tuned for another episode of Mega Man 2 Randomizer, the matches.
Yeah, have a good night, everybody.
take care, folks.
Thank you, everybody.